Vernon Coleman, he's the author of the book that we're going to read tonight, so I thought I would pay a visit to his website, and we can learn a little bit about him. It says, like all qualified medical doctors who have told the truth about the Emperor's new pandemic, C-19, Dr. Vernon Coleman has been repeatedly lied about and libeled on the internet and in the mainstream media. In March 2020, after studying the COVID death figures and comparing the death statistics in the UK to that of previous years, Dr. Coleman said that the threat of C-19 had been wildly exaggerated and that there was no Emperor's new pandemic. The Emperor was not wearing a pandemic, in other words. In the first video, he warned that the fraud or hoax would result in the deliberate, cold-blooded deaths of many old people, which it did. And yeah, he's absolutely right, it did. The policies that were rolled out in old folks' homes were catastrophic and really harmful, and forcing families to stay home, to not visit their loved ones, you know, and I was actually working not in a care home for old people, but it was a care home for vulnerable adults with learning disabilities at the time. And I saw, you know, if we had to test on a, you know, almost an hourly basis, multiple times a day, and if one of the residents had a positive test, then they had to be locked in their room and not allowed to leave for I think it was 48 hours or else 3 days. You know, that happened, you know, on my watch, and I will always feel guilty for being part of that and not fighting back harder. Luckily, touch wood, they were okay with it. They were pretty comfortable with spending a lot of time in their flats, but these were small, like bedsit flats. They had everything you need: a little kitchen, a little bathroom. It was not a lot of space, and having to tell people with learning disabilities that, look, you can't leave your flat for 3 days, when they don't really understand in some cases the reasons, it felt cruel, it felt despicable, and it's a stain on my conscience, you know, and I don't feel good about it at all. But I just mentioned that to say that I did have first-hand account of how the vulnerable were treated during this time, and you know, I respect Vernon Coleman for speaking up about it and making videos and pointing it out, because a lot of people were not aware of these kind of things. So continuing, it says, as a result of his video, his Wikipedia page was deliberately and dramatically changed by government employees and used to monster him. All his lifetime achievements were removed without any evidence or justification. He was labeled a conspiracy theorist and said to be widely discredited. Google, which works with Wikipedia, reproduced the lies in an attempt to discredit him so that nobody would believe his warnings. And that is all absolutely true, as we're going to see in a minute when we have a look at his Wikipedia page.